Tuesday night in Los Angeles. For many drivers out there that are driving in wintry, snowy, cold conditions, obviously this is not what you call cold, right? For us Californians, this is cold, 45, right? It's been raining, it's been pissing down like crazy. And I thought I'd share with you the headlines today. And I'm not buying this, by the way. Leslie's in the house. How are you? Hello, Leslie Black. Leslie Black, we welcome you back. How are you? Strong like an ox, sweet like an orange. And I could say something else, but I'm not going to say it. Mark Roughton. Beep, 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 beep. Excellent. So the stocks, you guys will agree with me. We've shown it throughout the week. The stocks were going down. Going down. Now, to slow that downward trend or that downward momentum, Uber CEO comes out and says, we had our best week ever. Right? What do the shares do? Boop, go up like 4 or 5%. Right? Just basically Phillips in the house to stop that free fall. And I'm not buying it. And I'm not buying that statement for many reasons. Right? Because they're throwing so much money trying to, well, bait and switch. They say that you get a lot of money. But they're trying to recruit drivers because they've been complaining that there's just not enough drivers around, and they had to, this is their argument only 2 weeks ago, right? That they had to hike rates for riders astronomically. I mean, the rider rates have gone through the roof. Sadly, drivers don't get the part of that, right? And he is coming out today and saying they had record bookings for 1 week between Uber Eats and Rideshare. Now, it doesn't add up, and I tell you why. Because as the pandemic is supposed to be winding down, okay, Omicron aside, but all the flights are happening, the flights are full, business is going, everyone I talk to, their companies are pumping, right? It's all back, full swing. And that is when people don't really order many food deliveries in anymore. They actually want to go out to restaurants right now, right? I'm driving so many clients to restaurants, it's not funny. So I agree, maybe during the pandemic, they were ordering in, and food deliveries grew like crazy. But it doesn't make sense to me when you say that we had our best week ever, right? Trying to get drivers because there's a lack of drivers. So he said just 2 weeks ago. And food deliveries should be going down because people are going back into the restaurants. So if you look at the duration of the company, whatever, 10 years or more, you're saying that you had your best week ever. Now, I can understand you may be achieving your best percentages ever. And there's a big difference, right? Percentages being you are literally screwing over the riders, taking the max, and you cutting the riders. So your margins might be the highest you've ever had. And if you say your bookings were the highest for a week, show us, do some comparisons. Don't just say it and stop the downtrend of your Uber stock, right? Because in the next quarterly earnings announcement, you're going to have to show what you did in December, right? And I'm simply not buying the fact that they had their best week ever, based on the facts that people are going back out to restaurants, based on the facts that they have such a massive shortage of drivers and are trying to recruit drivers like crazy. We have 40 people in the house. Please smash the like button. Tucson rides are down $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 rides, you see. So yeah, it's horrible that they insulting you with those type of $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 rides, right? So it would make sense that they had their biggest spread between what they're taking from riders and what they, you know, increasing rider rates and taking away from drivers, paying them less, $2, $3, $4 rates. So your percentage, your margins might be the highest, but definitely not your combined bookings, Uber, delivery, and rideshare. Not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I believe he came out and in business, this is why I've done so well in business, is because I follow my gut. If something tells me it is off, if I don't trust an individual in a deal, or something does not add up, or it sounds too good to be true, or like in this case, I'm watching the stocks go down and I'm thinking, wow, I wonder what they're going to do now to stop this free fall. He comes out and says, we had the best week ever. Show us the proof, right? Now, the previous video that I did today, I would ask you to kindly go and look at that video. And I spoke to Jackie Davalos, I think her last name is Davalos, from Bloomberg News. She interviewed me for an hour yesterday. I was in the car. And she said, Torsten, can I send you over 5 questions for your subscribers, for the drivers, for the delivery people? Hombre is in the house, San Diego. Much love to San Diego. I bet it's cold and rainy down there as well, like in LA, right? So Mike's in the house. Drong IXX, good evening. I like that. What does that title stand for, if you can clarify? Yeah, Lyft is paying like SHIT in Tucson. So where was I? Yes, the Bloomberg News interview. Oh, Jordan Gixer. I like it. I like the abbreviation, my friend. Fantastic. It's a cool title. It's very catchy. I like it a lot. Jack says limited opportunity. Yes. So I would like you to take the time to answer those 5 questions in the comments box in my previous video. It says they're news, because it's these reporters, right, that help us achieve our goals. Uber and Lyft hate it when reporters are talking to drivers or delivery drivers. They hate it because they're getting the real story, right? They'd like to spin their story by pushing out press releases, and along comes a reporter and actually reports on the truth here, like on what you are sharing in the rooms. That's the truth, the facts, right? The earnings, the bonuses, the bait and switch, the gaming, the algorithms, the manipulation, the facts, which you are reporting on, right? So now, the gas prices have come down quite a bit in California. I'm glad about that. But so if you could answer those 5 questions, so she has a lot of ammunition for this newspaper article. And today I had some guy called Star Trudeau or whatever comment, oh, that's fake. I took a $5,000 bet with you, Trudeau, today. That wasn't fake. I mean, why would I come out and make a video and say I've spoken to Bloomberg News, Jackie something at bloombergnews.com is her email. You know, I'm on the phone. I check afterwards the phone. It's the phone number of their head offices up there in the north. She is the reporter, right? It's not any fake individual like this guy said. So I took him a bet that it was real. But the guy's too chicken. Star Trudeau is too chicken to give his real name, and is too chicken to take that bet, right? I'm so sure of myself that this is a real article coming out, and I've checked my facts, and, you know, we're giving this reporter good feedback for a good article, which needs to get out there, because if someone takes the time and says, hey, I'm interviewing a lot of drivers for this article, and it sounds like there are no bonuses around. It sounds like there are, you know, bait and switch rewards, very few surges, people not making those bonuses because The algorithms are manipulating, your extra earnings, etc., etc. So I need people that can comment about that. So I said to her, you know what, you got to send me questions, send me targeted questions. So you will see those questions in my video. $2.90 in Dallas, Mohammed. Good. That's the gas price. Yeah, share your gas prices. I'm curious. When somebody says $2.90, it hurts me because 2 weeks ago I was filling up for $5. At least it's come down to $4.50 right now, right? Lowest price in Savannah. That's the lowest price. That's the price I want to fill up at. That is the price I like. I got to switch on my light here. It went off. So we have 56 people in the house. The title of my video, you saw it. I'm just purely not buying the fact that, do you believe the CEO when he tells you we've had our best week ever, right, in December? Silver Chiefs in the house, amen. Philip says Costco Las Vegas, $3.45. Oh my gosh, you're killing me. $3.45 I would take all day long. Today, ladies and gentlemen, another $100 in my Cadillac. Yesterday, another $100 in my Cadillac, right? $3.60 to $4 in Portland. Professor, when I open the app, I see dark red high surges say $12 surge, but as soon as I go online, it flashes down to $5 and gets, that's the information this reporter wants. If you go to that other video, if you go to my previous video and you just cut and paste those comments, that's gold, Jordan, that's gold. That's what they need to see, because that's one thing is like, I told the reporter that they're constantly gaming us, right? So it flashes red, you got all these fancy offers and you rushing there or you driving across town, you get there and the algorithm knows you're right there now. And then suddenly before you want to lock it in, it goes down or it dissipates, it's gone. LAX $10 minimum surge is history. Adios, it's gone, exactly. Hello, $2.35 in Palmetto, Florida. Oh my God, $2.35. Why was I filling up for $4.90 about 2 weeks ago? Well, at least I'm down to $4.50 now. So that's, I'm paying 50 cents less. Bait and switch, Aaron Buzzetti. Aaron, you've given us really good feedback in that video. I appreciate it. You put a lot out there. Just Auto Channel says we pay $3.91. Seattle is over $4. I drive less now because the gas price is too high. I drive a V6. And I don't know how many of you, hands up, how many of you are maybe thinking of switching to an EV, electric vehicle in the next few years. Maybe you want to stay with gas-driven cars, combustion engines. I don't know, right? But I'm seeing a strong trend of people, like we got so many signups on rideshareevnow.com, it's not even funny, right? So what that tells me is that people are transitioning from, high gas guzzling vehicles to EVs. Phoenix in the house, Silver Chief. Phoenix, I like Phoenix. I stayed in Scottsdale for a few months. John says, I don't even go anywhere when I see dark red around the house here in the valley. I quickly go online and log Righteous off to see how it flashes. All of it down by at least 50%. It's bait and switch, right? That's, that's what you want to comment. Drop that comment into that video. And Jackie's going to notify us when she runs the article. And believe me, I will be making a video about that article. We got DC Gig Work in the house. He says, I want an EV, but these cars don't qualify for XL. That's the sad thing. That's true. Philip Goldstein says, I drive a Prius UberX and Honda Odyssey minivan exclusively for Uber XL. Yeah. And I have a feeling that Uber and Tesla are in bed, obviously through the Hertz deal as well. But why doesn't Uber or Lyft allow more EVs in the XL categories, right? I mean, they're slowly hitting the market, these vehicles, But why are they not letting them in the platform? I mean, do they have something like going with Tesla? You know, it's funny, as I said Tesla, 2 Teslas drive in. No jokes, no jokes. 2 Teslas, gray ones, back to back, same time. Michael, 218 in Pensacola, Florida. Wow, lucky you, dude, lucky you. Aaron says, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts, it's painful. I'm in Calabasas and waiting on a client. And I'm just looking at the cars rolling in there. Porsches, Teslas. People got, where do you get all this money from? Uber offers a webcam over $5 a month. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that offer that they had. I believe that valid for a year, right? I think that it's going to run for about a year. Leslie, you have to work 10 to 12 hours to make any money. Silver, thank you for the shout out. Professor, I think EVs are the future if they were only cheaper. And then you're on the money there when you say cheaper, right? Because they are too overpriced. It's all new. The technology is new. The manufacturers will learn over the next, 3, 4, 5 years. The costs will come down tremendously. The mileage will get better and better. Those batteries are going to get better and better. But it's happening. It's a movement and it's happening. I'm sure the big, Mobil, Chevron, Shell, British Petroleum, I'm sure all those companies are not happy about the fact that the EV market is taking off. Philip says they get all the money from pharmaceuticals, for sure. Aaron says, so true, Leslie Black. Jordan says, mine is a plug-in hybrid and I like it. I wouldn't mind driving all electric. Those plug-in hybrids are fantastic. I mean, a hybrid, it's a great car. And the hybrid technology has already been proven. I think Toyota did us the biggest service by, bringing out, remember those? I had one of the first Prius hybrids that ever came out, and literally one of the first ones. I bought it for my fleet, and it was okay. It was okay. I mean, it had some issues with the battery, but those batteries have gotten better and better. And if you guys ever need any Prius spares, Pachi's in the house. We welcome you, Pachis Perez. If you're in LA, Los Angeles, or Orange County, you want to save yourself a lot of money, my business partner and I, we have a shop down on Tahunga and Ventura. Go down there. It's called Bima Sports. Work on BMWs, and then also have an entire yard full. Oh, Jackie Davalos is just texted me right now, the editor. She said, thank you for all the feedback. So shout out to you guys. She's going to be using your material. Yeah, we're going to keep on protecting people, man. Every life we can save, obviously safety is safety more than money. I mean, money is great. Money pays for things. But if you don't have the safety, and you get a bullet in your head, what's all the money in the world going to help you, right? Terry says there is such a shortage of lithium now while we're trying to develop battery technology, plus the grid can't support the nation plugging in. That is absolutely true. That is 100% correct, Terry. And they're going to have to figure that out, right? They're going to have to figure that out very, very quickly. More chargers are going to have to hit the grid. And then they're going to have to find more suppliers of lithium. I believe Bolivia in South America is a big, big lithium supplier. Some South American country. I think it is Bolivia. Aaron says a $1 tip is insulting, but could I have some more, please? Yeah, exactly. I mean, we need that multiplier back. And by the way, Ombre, if you go into my previous video, which is about the news reporter asking the questions, talk about the multiplier there as well if you're in California. I spoke about the multiplier. I told her that Uber and Lyft did a complete bait and switch on the multiplier. They wanted to get our vote on the Proposition 22, and temporarily made us sort of look a bit like independent contractors with the multiplier, and then they took it away. Remember that feeling? 50 rides for the weekend quest is BS. I mean, what are they paying? What are they paying for 50 rides? Anthony says, I ordered my new display ride dash cam, but I have to wait for it. Hope to have it in January. Yeah, they said they would be taking delivery December in or January. So I hope that arrives soon. I agree. I mean, the problem is with the backlog in shipping. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that there are numerous products just not available right now, right? All in backlog. Terry says, I just had 2 girls, 14 and 16, try to get a ride. The parents ordered the car. I was in a dark parking lot and they walked up to the car and asked if I was there. Parents suck these days. It is so disappointing that these parents abuse the platform, and they know what they signed, and they've heard it in the media that kids cannot travel in the cars, but they still try. Right, and then you're gonna go, oh, you're just gonna go and put your 14 and your 16-year-old girl in an Uber because you're too lazy to drive. You know, your lazy ass won't drive them somewhere. So, oh yeah, my 14-year-old, 16-year-old girl, sure, go in that car, and we'll pay for it. Sad. Nuclear power grids. I don't know. Well, when are we gonna get nuclear power grids? I'm not the scientist here. G&O Electronics says, I like the EV Now business model. If the weekly lease can go towards ownership of the vehicle, that would be even more awesome. That is a fantastic suggestion. I like that. And that should be put forward to CEO Dexter Griffin. I'll bring it up. Kanka's in the house. I'm doing great, man. I'm waiting here, ready to make more money. It was pissing down rain today. I drove through the canyons. There were rocks all over the roads. There were several cars smashed up from the rocks. There was several cars on the side of the road because the rocks come down the canyon. Man, I'm maneuvering through there at 6:30 a.m. to pick up my client. And I've been busy all day long. Yeah, it is a brilliant idea. All day long. I mean, today is at least another $800 day. I'm going to be done at 9 p.m., 9:30. So it's 7:30 at 9 p.m. It's going to be my last ride and then private trip, and then I head home. Tomorrow I'm busy. On Thursday, I head out to Palm Springs. I'm at the SoFi Stadium, Palm Springs, and a couple of other trips. I mean, that's going to be at least a $1,200 day. So I'm not complaining. And that last week, I'm going to take no bookings. I think like from the 24th till the 31st, I'm not going to take any bookings. I'm just going to enjoy Christmas, be with my family, and just have a great time. Can't wait for Christmas. My sweetheart, lovely wife has already saturated the entire living room, just Christmas presents everywhere, Christmas tree in the middle there, and lights are all up, and we're loving our new house. It is absolutely amazing. In fact, we had some guests over the other day. They were in our entertainment area, and they said it looks better than the Ritz Hotel. So that's a huge compliment, because I was definitely involved in all the landscaping, the building, getting everything. So it feels good if you get those type of compliments from friends. Wow, your front yard, your entertainment area is better than the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, we did a heck of a job turning that into a very, very special entertainment area. Can't wait to throw some more parties when who do you give rides to? Drug dealers? No, I don't have. These are private clients. They're extremely wealthy. I have 2 billionaires in my client portfolio. A lot of sports stars, a lot of actors, a lot of CEOs, There's a lot of wealthy individuals, right? But no, I wouldn't. I've had drug dealers in my car when I drove on the Uber and Lyft platform multiple times. I'm done with that stuff, right? I don't need a bullet in my head. I don't need to be stabbed. I don't need to be hijacked. I don't need to be carjacked. Now I just roll with the big boys and I charge them accordingly, and working just fine. I know who I'm driving. If I get a referral, I make sure I get the right type of referral. Funny little story. 2 days ago, one of the top 50 wealthiest people in Los Angeles, I let them go. I said, no, you too many cancellations. I'm not interested. Well, the rich guy was not happy about that I had, he said, fired him and his family. And I said, listen, you're a great guy, a great family, but you cancel too often, right? So, obviously money is no object. So I said, unless you're willing to pay full cancellation fees and more, we can talk. And it wasn't even 30 minutes later, I get a $700, listen to the $700 Amazon gift card from that individual that I just fired. And I didn't fire them. I honestly didn't say, oh, you fired. I just said, that's the wrong word. I just said, the business relationship is not working out for me. I like your kids. I like you. I like your wife. So he wants to work it out. He wants to pay higher cancellation fees and everything. Okay, so if they cancel right next time, I get full cancellation fees, etc. But instead of 50% cancellation fee, take 100% cancellation fee. And I like them. I like them a lot. They're great. But so the door is open. I haven't shut that door. I like them a lot. They're great family. But for me, it's about the bottom line. It's about the dollar. It's definitely about the safety. That's why I'm doing private rides only. Everything is very expensive here in San Diego. How good I've near Tijuana and have a good mechanic who saves me money. Always good, man. Always good to have a good mechanic across the border who's going to charge you a fraction versus those local rates. All these newbies will realize FUBA shenanigans. They're going to learn very, very quickly. The one thing I told the news reporter yesterday, the burn rate. Uber needs an endless supply of drivers because they just cannot hold on to drivers, right? And what I can't figure out is, why would you let a driver go that's done 15 to 20, maybe 25,000 trips for your company? Why would you wrongfully terminate them over one rider report when they've shown you years and years and years of loyalty and made you so much money, right? The people that really know how to make money in this game, full-time drivers, they know when and where to drive, still making decent money, right? And too often those really, really good veteran drivers just get canned, just get kicked out, kicked to the side, right? And over maybe one rider report, oh, he smelled like alcohol, erratic driving, or he touched me, or he said something, made some sexual remark. No, if that was who that driver is, then you would have seen that same type of behavior in the past 16,000 trips or the past. No, he hasn't had any of those type of complaints. And it takes one a-hole, one asshole who just wants their money back, and they put false information, and then you let a driver, him or her, go, and they've done 20,000 trips for your company, and they've never had one single complaint. They're a 4.98 driver. I see it too many times, ladies and gentlemen, that the companies, those snowflakes do want a free ride. That's the sad thing. How can we avoid those? The sad thing, Patchy, is that you can't even avoid those reports, right? We just have to push for we have to educate the companies on this topic, right? I may have to do a better job in my channel, you know, getting through to Uber and Lyft, and maybe using the press and the media to my advantage, that the companies need to look at a rider report more closely, right? They can't just have like AI, artificial intelligence, examine a report and they pick up the word sexual, or they pick up the word drunk, or they picked up the word smelling like alcohol. And it's not even a human that is firing you. It's a robot, it's a machine, it's based on artificial intelligence, right? They're interpreting the language of the rider coming their way, and they're like, "Boop, let them go." You know, liability could be a legal problem. We let them go, let them go. And they need a better system in place that reviews and analyzes the complaint from the rider and says, is this legit? Is this real? Based on the individual's past. I mean, here we have a 4.9 or a 5-star driver who's given us 10,000 trips, 20,000 trips, 25,000 trips without complaints. And you have one little complaint about erratic driving, unsafe driver. Well, hang on. You have all the driving habits, because you monitor us, you monitor our speed, you monitor where we go. So for 15,000 trips, you had a good driver sticking to the speed, never, you know, doing anything crazy or out of the ordinary. And one individual comes along and says, oh, you were swerving on the road and you were speeding. BS. BS. Your artificial intelligence is acting on a false report, and you're falsely, or another word is wrongfully, terminating a driver. And when those people come to me, and I kid you not, my friends, I kid you not, this is the sad, I get about 20 to 30, I kid you not, I get 20 to 30 emails and text messages, sometimes more, every day. Every single day, people telling me, I got wrongfully terminated or I got deactivated, can you help me? And to a point where I'm spending a lot of time helping people, you know, sending them the links to the small claims court in their state, blah, 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 telling them what to do, that I eventually said, you know what, I'm going to make this a course, a video course, going from deactivated to reactivated, or wrongfully terminated to reinstated. And I have a whole support team now in place, paralegals, attorneys. I use my social media platform, and if need be, we hit them with a small claim suit for damages, right? So that, my friends, I launch in January. I anticipate helping a lot of people and putting a lot of people into small claim suits against Uber. Uber is going to hate me because I'm going to cost them an absolute fortune, right? I'm going to cost them, it costs them a lot of money, not just to settle, but just even to defend, to allocate paralegals, attorneys. They have to fly. They have to have a representative there in the court. They can't do it all by phone in, right? They could get away with that during the pandemic. They did phone in appearances at small claims court. Now they have to be present. You have to be there in pro persona, right? And the plaintiff, being you, can say, I demand that the defendant be there in person because I have a lot of evidence that cannot be covered in a phone in. So if Uber tries to do a phone in appearance, right? A phone in appearance from San Francisco where they dial into the small claims court, you can object to that. The court will notify you. And I'm telling you exactly how this is because I've done it hundreds and hundreds of times for drivers, right? The court will notify you that Uber wants to do a phone-in appearance. Are you okay with that? Or would you like to object? You object to that. And the reason for objecting is you have too much evidence to show, visual evidence, blah, 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 right? And then they turn around, they notify Uber, sorry, the plaintiff wants you to appear in person, which means they have to fly an attorney or fly a representative to that city, to LA, costs them a lot of money, right? Before they even begin the case or before they even settle the case, they're in for $2,500. So the more small claims suits I can file, hopefully 10, 20, 30 a day. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine what it would start costing the company? Can you imagine what type of dollars we would put in back into drivers' pockets? Can you imagine how many drivers then get reinstated because the judge says, yeah, based on the evidence, you wrongfully terminated this individual, reinstate them. So they have to pay the damages and reinstate the driver. Only way you will get the victory, my friends, at the end of the day, not in Superior Court. Obviously, these cases will never make it to the Supreme Court. You go to Small Claims Court. What is this going to cost you? $70, between 40 and $70. What do you need to do? Just fill out the paperwork, very basic, right? We'll have our guys do that for you, right? And then you have to serve them the papers. Then you just get your friend Charlie or your friend Sandra to go and drop off the papers that you have filed at the court. You just go and drop them off at the hub and saying, you have been served on behalf of ABC. That's it. Then you put a PDF, you email it, and you take your PDF, you print it out, you send it registered post. So you have served them via mail, USPS. You have served them electronically via email. You have served them at the hub through a third party, which is called POS. And that doesn't mean piece of shit. It means proof of service, right? POS, proof of service, not to be confused with piece of shit, right? And there you are. And then they set a date, 2 to 4 weeks. Hey, showdown. You go and represent yourself. You've got your screenshots, right? You've got screenshots from your phone. Show them, blah, 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 Your Honor. They didn't run an alcohol test. They have all the data because they monitor our driving on the grid through their mapping system. They didn't check whether I was speeding. They just automatically assumed that the rider was right and they deactivated me or otherwise wrongfully terminated me. And I would like to be reinstated based on my evidence. And I've been out of work for 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Here's proof that I have an average of $1,300 earnings per week consistently over the last 12 months, right? I've been out now for 5 weeks, times $1,300. My damages are $6,500, Your Honor. That is what I want Uber or Lyft to pay, right? And guess what? You can go up to $10,000 because that is the limit of about 90% of the small claims courts in the United States. State by state, most of them have $10,000 maximum claim that you can put in. So if you go before, so you're trying to tell me you'd be too lazy to fill out the paperwork. You'd be too lazy to pay $70 and have somebody serve it, when the upside is you could be reinstated because you were wrongfully terminated and you could get $6,500 damages. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. You have to put in those 2 hours of work if you want that job back. Otherwise, hey, go set up a YouTube channel, become an influencer, go do food deliveries, go to another company, go drive for Amazon Flex, whatever you want to do, right? There's tons of options out there. We have 66 people in the house. Please smash that like button. It looks like this, right? I appreciate you all. We're on 37. I want to at least get it evened out to 64 likes. Thank you. We're already climbing 38. Limited detailing says Tampa's LX rate is 87 cents a mile. It's too low. It's way too low. Yeah, you might, John, you might need that info one day. And then if anyone feels slighted, if anyone feels done on pay, on a wrongful termination, come to me. I kid you not. I deal with about 20 to 30 people a day. Sometimes I just cut and paste certain information, what they need to do, and then they still have further questions and I follow up with them. But it takes up so much time of my day that I'm actually going to monetize it right now. That's why I put a team together and say, okay, we have a solid plan to get people reactivated. We have a solid plan on getting damages. And it's not a made up thing. It's based on practice. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this for years. I personally, in my lifetime in the United States, I have filed 14 small claims cases, right? 14 myself. And I've been here since 1999. Less than one a year, right? And I'll go after anyone that'll try and screw me out of money. If it's under $10,000, if it's over $10,000, I immediately get my attorneys involved and I go to Superior Court. But if it's under $10,000, I personally will go to small claims court. Now, out of the 14 cases I have filed, I've won every single one of them. I have a 14 out of 14 track record in small claims court. Not only that, I know how to present the evidence. Evidence is king, right? I've had friends come to me over landlord-tenant issues. I've had friends come to me, contracts on cars that have gone sour, and I've showed them how to win those cases. All of those individuals have won their cases, right? So there is a formula here. You need to know how to, I could make a video how to win in small claims court. It's not difficult. You have to put in the hours, you have to put in the research, and your evidence has to be short and tight. And you do not want to take up a judge's time, right? Your Honor, I don't want to take up much time of the court. I want to present just these facts, this evidence to you, and which speaks for itself. Blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah. Done, right? I applied for the EV now, the Tesla, but I am also in the position to buy these cars. So I don't really have to lease anymore. I now just buy cars at auctions. Today I almost bought a 30-foot RV at the auction, but wife said, nah. Doesn't want such a big monster RV to be on the property. Okay, I got to respect that, right? So wife wins that round. No 30-foot RV, but I was ready to pull the trigger, and I would have won that bid because there are not many people at the auction day. It was raining, pissing. People are like, oh, we can stay in bed. It's the best time to go to an auction when it rains. The best time. People don't show up. So, you know, if it had come down to a bidding war, I don't think that. I don't think that. I mean, that vehicle would have gone for way more had, you know, if it was a beautiful sunny day, because RVs are hot right now. So we have 53 people in the house and we have 51 likes. I love it. I appreciate it. Again, you know, my email, my phone number, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find it under all my videos, right? I am an email or a text message away. Do not call me at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm in California, folks. So if you're on the East Coast and it's 9 o'clock your time or 7 or 8 o'clock your time, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I got people calling me at 2, 3, and 4 o'clock in the morning calling me. Nada, niente. Don't do that. Text me, right? Text me. Please text me or email me. I get back to everyone, right? Then there are people that I have gotten to know very well over the years through my YouTube channel. Generally, if they call during the day, I answer the phone, or I try to answer the phone. I also try and call people back. But I beg you, just don't call me at 3 or 4. If you don't want to piss me off, don't call me at 3 or 4 in the morning, right? Lawyer Steve Leto would advise against any RV purchase. He has tons of content about horror stories. Oh, no. I would argue with Steve Leto all day long that he's wrong on that one. Because, at least now, because right now If you can get an RV at a hot deal, I can double my money on an RV because it's the hottest thing during a pandemic. People want to just get in an RV, and still there's a lot of people that are just too afraid of the COVID or Omicron, and they want to get out. They want to live in there. RVs have never seen sales like they have in the last 2.5 years, through the roof. So yeah, I will argue against a lawyer, whatever his name is, all day long. Have him call me. So I got this like flashy. I'm not a saint, folks. I'll tell you right now, I am not a saint. I will never ever pretend or say, oh, you know what? I've been a saint all my life. No, 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 no. I don't have a halo. I do not have a halo on my head, my friends. Definitely not. You know, we're not perfect. We all have our little skeletons, right? Hola, amigo from Uber Eats, Tijuana. Nice to see you, Mario Garcia. Be safe, my friend. Muchas gracias, señor. I'd have some tacos and a drink with you, a cerveza down there, but I'm up here in cold Calabasas right now. It's freezing frickin' cold. Got the car running, got the heater on, doing a live stream. We're in for 46 minutes already. 9 o'clock, I pick up my client. I got here very early. Just came back from the airport, from LAX. See the new Cadillac just rolling in. Taco Wednesdays, yeah. Usually it's Taco Tuesdays. By the way, if you guys want to kill a Taco Tuesday in LA, right? Down on Pico Boulevard and 26th Street in Santa Monica, there's a place called Gilbert's. I know all the waiters. I know the owner, Ricardo. Killer tacos at Gilbert's. Thank you. Somebody texted me from the 213 number. I appreciate everything. Good information. Thank you. It's a nice feeling to know that the information you share is well received and used, right? It's not just like throwing information out there. When it comes to, if you guys feel like a company or somebody has screwed you over in a deal, or you've signed an agreement and the person's not honoring that agreement, or you're losing money, or you lost money in a deal, and you know you're right and you have the evidence, march straight to small claims court. Straight. We have 57 people in the house, 55. Smash that like button like Dustin always says. If you guys, hey, go and check out. I'm going to shout out to my sponsors briefly before we carry on this topic. And by the way, the topic that I chose today says Dara Khosrowshahi came out and said they had their best week ever. And I'm not buying it. Go to the beginning of my video. I'll tell you why I'm not buying it. And for anyone that's just come into the channel, I'm going to basically repeat why I'm not buying that statement. Because their stocks were in free fall, right? They were going down like this. They were just going down and down and down and down. They were in low 30s. And then he had to say something. Well, he comes out and says, we've had our best week ever. I'm absolutely not buying it. And I'm going to back it up with many reasons. But so my sponsors are legal, rideshare.com. Brian Greening is a killer attorney. Offices in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. They also have offices in Arizona. They have offices in Ohio. And they represent drivers that have been in accidents. And when you're in an accident, could be that your rider gets hurt. And one thing that Brian Greening told me, he said, Torsten, if you get into an accident, try within the first 24 hours to go to a doctor or to an ER. Get a report that you were injured, or your bones are sore, your neck is sore, whatever, right? It is so vital that you see a doctor or go to the ER and get it documented, right? It is important that you file a police report, right? So police report, doctor report will bring you the money, will get you the damages, right? and hit him up. Brian Greening from legalrideshare.com. Then Display Ride, they're waiting for the new units, should arrive end of December, January. And the small little dash cams, they're nice, they fit perfectly. I've shown you that model in many of my videos. Instantly upload the footage into a cloud. Why do I prefer that over a regular dash cam? Don't get me wrong, a regular dash cam is a huge win. Any Vantrue N2 or Vantrue N4 Pro, fantastic dash cams. Any dash cam is a great dash cam. But imagine having a dash cam where the footage, everything is being recorded, all the audio, all the visual, and it's automatically stored in a cloud. So the guy comes, puts the gun through the window and says, hey, get out, right, get out. So they got his face on there and it's already being uploaded, right? I'm like, okay, hey, here's, I want your wallet. Okay, here's the wallet. Hand over your cash. Okay, listen, buddy, I'm gonna give you my watch and I'll give you everything. Just don't use your gun. I'll walk away, take my car, and bye-bye, right? You can have my watch, my nice expensive watch. You can have my wallet. You can have all the cash that's in the wallet. Me, I always like to walk around with cash, Yeah, today, how much did I make? 1, blue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on $800 already today, plus all the small change, the tips, etc. It's a good day. Most of my clients pay with cash or Venmo, right? But if the guy is holding a gun against my head, right, through the window, buddy, I'll give you my wallet. You can take my cash. You can take my watch. And I did this in South Africa. It was the difference between being killed and getting away. I said, you could take my car. I had 3 cars stolen in South Africa. 3, right? One of the cars, break-in while I was away on holiday. 2, I did a car chase. I couldn't catch them because they were in a fast car. My dad's car that I chased them in wasn't as fast. And the 3rd one, they put a gun against my head, right? And I was almost on the highway. I was in a very sketchy area. And I said, dude, I'm gonna give you everything. You can have my belt, you can have my clothes, you can have my wallet, you can have my cash, you can have my watch, you can take my car, just please leave me alive, The best thing is to tell them you have children, right? Even if you don't have children, lie to them. Say I'm a single father, I'm a single mother, I have kids. If you kill me, my kids can't take care of themselves. Take everything from me. They will feel sympathy because they also have mothers and fathers, right? So you have a better chance of survival if you tell a criminal, right, that, hey, I'm a single dad, I have kids. It could be a lie, just lie, right? Doesn't matter. I'm a single mom, I have kids. If you shoot me, there's no one who's gonna take care of my kids. Just take my money, take my watch, take my car, I'll get out, I'll walk away. I'm not gonna give you any problems. Bye, take my car. I tell you, your survival chance is so much better if you have that the barrel of the gun pointed against your head, right? Don't F around, my friends. It's not worth it. You give up your wallet, you give up your material things. You can get all of that shit back. You have insurance, but your life, and I'm talking about real stuff. I've been in that situation. I got ambushed. My business got ambushed. I had probably like 5 taxis, 14-seater taxis with about 50 youth, all AK-47s ambush my business. I had 7 security guards firing back, barricading ourselves in, people dropping, people being killed. Came out alive, but I've been there, done that, my friends. All my horror stories come from South Africa. I don't have any horror, thank God I don't have any horror stories to report in the United States, but it's not a nice feeling to have the gun against your head and they want to steal your car. Been there, gave it up, walk down to the highway, hiked, told the people, hey, I just got hijacked, carjacked. Been there, done that. But I'm alive, got robbed by gunpoint, and now I'm American citizen because I'm a victim of, of a ferocious crime. That's interesting. Paul Figueroa, do you have the same one? Black turtleneck. I got a black turtleneck sweater. I like it, keeps you warm. I like the stitching of this one. Paul, we go out, we're gonna maybe have a cocktail and some good food, and we'll wear our black sweater. Lorenzo Davis! Lorenzo Davis, is your survival is not sitting in your car and not being aware. I stand outside the car now waiting for client, and I'm loaded and cock Second Amendment here. I love it. Lorenzo Davis, I met you the other day. You're smart. Right? Like on a day like this, I just don't want to be out in the freezing cold, right? It's freezing out there. But yeah, I agree with Lorenzo, like, you know, and you know, you can be outside your car. In his case, he's locked and loaded, which is beautiful. You're ready, right? And maybe the person or the perpetrator does not know that the vehicle belongs to you because you're just standing away from your car, right? I hope it never happens. Like, I hope someone is never ever put in that scenario. I hope someone never ever has to use their gun. I hope that, you know, they don't get you, bottom line. So, but I'm perfectly fine sitting in the car with the windows locked, right? Right now I'm in a super safe area. I'm not picking anyone up. You know, I've got the window open, getting fresh air. I'm in Calabasas. There's security around, so cool here. But Dylan says, if I'm getting into a vehicle for Lux, is it important to get black paint interior? Look, the black interior and the black exterior is the limo look, is the private chauffeur look worldwide, any city you go to. So it's a plus. Doesn't have to be, right? If you want to convert one of your SUVs and it's not a black on black, like this one here, I have a black on black vehicle, but my clients love this car. I mean, this is almost looks like the Rolls-Royce interior. It's that toffee color with a beautiful wood grain. It looks so classy. I've got so many compliments on this car, right? The only little area it's taking a little bit of wear and tear is my steering wheel. Everything else is in immaculate condition. Immaculate, right? If I'd show you a, you know, it's an immaculate condition. I have these things in there, right? No smoking, right? I've got the waters and everything, the tissues, the sanitizers, everything. I got sorry, now I'm orientation. I got the magazines, everything in the car, ready, right? These are some of the other. Simply T, speak out loud on Twitter. So I'm gonna put this guy here. There's a lot of cars rolling in and out of here. And there, we're back. So I want to go back to the headlines of my video because we covered a lot of other stuff, as we always do, because, you know, I'll go for 60 minutes. I'll go for 2 hours if I can. If I have a client, obviously I end the live stream. I enjoy your company. I enjoy the questions. I enjoy the feedback. I enjoy the suggestions. If you can do me a favor, my previous video about the news reporter, all legit, Bloomberg News, running an article. They have 5 questions for drivers. If you get a chance, answer them, right? But going back to the announcement of the Uber CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi today, he came out with a bold statement. We had our best week ever, right? And that was in bookings, he said, between, it wouldn't say which one was more, but it just said in combined bookings, deliveries, and rideshare bookings, they had their best week ever. I am not buying that statement. Firstly, I'd like to see the proof. We had X million, like get it on the record how many how many, if you make that type of statement, get it on the record, how many Uber Eats deliveries you had worldwide, how many rideshare deliveries, get it on the record, right? But your stock, Dara Khosrowshahi, was going like this. It was in free fall, right? I did numerous videos in the last 2 weeks about the free fall. It was in the low 30s. And you wanted to end, my take, my opinion is, you wanted that bleeding to end, so you came out with a big, bold statement that nobody can verify, nobody can check up, but they just have to believe you because you are the CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi. Well, you have a history of bullshitting people, especially drivers. You have a history that does not add up. Why should people believe that statement? This is why I don't believe the statement. I think they had the highest margin ever, which is you taking the maximum from riders and you're taking the maximum away from drivers. So you have the highest spread, the highest margin. That I think could be the truth. But I do not buy the fact that you say you had the highest bookings, deliveries, and rideshare in 1 week. Not buying it. My theory is you said that to stop the bleeding, because as you said it, your stock did this. It went up 4%. Look at it right now, right? I bet you it's on 37. Can anybody tell me, because I can't look on the phone, can anybody tell me what the stock price was yesterday and it was today? Right? Because yesterday was pretty low. We have 61 people in the house. We have 60 likes. Thank you. Smash that like button. Looks like this. And by the way, YouTube, please bring back the dislikes. YouTube cut off the dislikes. Why did they do that, right? We want to know how many ups and how many downs the video has. At least I do. I want to know how my videos are doing. I want to know how many people liked it or how many people disliked it, right? But they got rid of this thing. They're only leaving the likes. And I think that is not a true representation of any video out there. Just to, oh, you got all these likes. Okay, what about the dislikes? So I'm just putting that out there because it bothered me a little bit that they took the dislikes away. But if anybody can comment on the Dara is a Grinch. My Grinch at least gives me tips. I love that. I love that. Did you buy that Grinch for the front seat? Because I had several people that said they went out and bought the Grinch and they're making good tips. So that video worked, my friends. As cheesy as that video was, and I agree, it was pretty cheesy, but it was cute, sort of, but it makes sense. Put the Grinch in the front, keeps the people out the front seat, and you're going to get tips. And all the people that bought that Grinch, including you, say they made tips. 35, thank you. Thank you, Satfan. Thank you very much. So 35 yesterday, $37 today. So probably 35 was one of the lowest that it hit for quite some time, right? That's low because remember the stock opened at 45 in 2019. So 35 is low, makes this grandiose, no backup statement, and it went up to 37. Wow, that is such great feedback. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. DC Gig Worker 21 said, yes, $50, and he got me $100 tips since the weekend. So you paid $50 for the Grinch, which is right, because they were advertising it for $18 on Walmart. They sold out, and then a couple of other sites, Amazon or so, but they were selling for $45 to $50. So you paid $50 and you got $100 in tips. And can you say that those tips are attributed to the Grinch? Did the people say, hey, I like your idea, I like the way you decorated your car, here's a tip? So can one say that the $100 come from the Grinch? Rideshare Trickster, listen, my friend, you gave such a great Rideshare Trickster. I want to compliment him here. Firstly, I really like the guy. He's the real deal, right? And secondly, what I like about Rideshare Trickster is he has been chipping away. He has been working away, making his videos. And I remember making that first video with him. Trickster, let's go back. way back before the pandemic. You're in your racing car, and we made that first video in Marina Del Rey, just off PCH, and that's how you launched your channel. And you've been chipping away, building your channel, and dude, I salute you. You've put in the hours, you've put in the work. And what I really like is in that video that I made today, go to that news video that I made with a reporter. Rideshare Trickster answered all those 5 questions. You can go and read his reply there. I think one of them was that the surge, right? He's got a video that did very, very well, is how to, I think, outmaneuver or outsmart, or how to out-trick the surge. It's a great video. I even made a video about the video, right? And he answered the 5 questions of that news reporter. And Rideshare Trickster, I sent her your screenshot. So your 5 answers, I sent to Jackie at Bloomberg News. So hopefully she, your name's not in there. It doesn't, it's like your first name is just, hey, Rideshare Trickster said the following, right? So it would be cool if you can get a shout out in that article. It would be great if you could see that name in your article. Well deserved. We have 65 likes. We have 52 people in the house. Thank you, everyone. It's a cold Tuesday night in Calabasas. 45 degrees. Work 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Guys, stay safe. That's one-on-one. That's a pretty cool. That's a cool 12-hour shift. Great. I will always have your back. And likewise, works both ways in life, right? When you meet quality people, and there's consistency over the years, no doubt you have their back, they have your back, right? And you don't have to see them every single day. You don't have to talk to them every single day. You can check in with them once in a while. You always catch up, right? So right now I'm catching up with Trickster on a cold Tuesday night. Cool. This is the sanitizer I use, hand sanitizer. It's got good stuff in it. Get the Grinch, baby, get the Grinch. I'm telling you, DC gig worker just told you, paid 50, made him 100. Dude, what's that return of investment? Paying 50, you get 100, right? That's 100% return of investment. Your ROI is 100% over 1 week, and you can't go wrong. And Christmas is still, 10 days away? So you can milk it for the next 10 days. Milk it. Keep that Grinch in the front seat. Put in the hours, 10, 12 hours, get the tips. Any parent that sees that, thank you, my friend, I appreciate you. Get some hot coffee or hot chocolate, I will. Thank you. Robert Udler says Uber's got a, and guys, if you haven't subscribed to Rideshare Trickster, just put it in YouTube. Rideshare Trickster, Trixter, and hit the subscribe button. Uber's got a special hand sanitizer that includes KY jelly, exact KY jelly from Uber. I won't be beat, says I'd be giving them a bird instead of a Grinch. Bird instead of a Grinch. I think I've got the biggest assortment of mints. Do you guys want a cherry sour tonight? Or do you guys want the fruit duos? Or do you guys want the blue ones? Or do you guys want the fruity sours? Or do you guys want... I go through so many of these. Per week. I'm not kidding you. Almost all my clients clean me out. A nice little cold breeze coming in here. So I got a reply from Kia on the LX Prestige. It's priced at $47,000. 2022 Carnival. If you guys want to check it out, I honestly think that car, black on black, and it's a cross. It looks like a minivan SUV. It just doesn't have the regular minivan look, and it doesn't look like it's a cross, right? They call it a MPV, multi-purpose van. Guys, check out the LX Prestige. Scott Tucker from Austin, Texas in the house. The LX Prestige, what I like about it, you have the driver seat, you got the passenger seat, and the second row, those seats are insane. Those seats are in $105,000-$110,000 plus cars, those type of seats. I've seen them in Range Rovers, the ones that can adjust into sleep mode, heaters, everything. It's like you're in an airline cockpit. It's a feature I know clients would love, right? You pick them up late at night and they can maybe get a quick 20-30 minute nap and literally lie down on a bed, right? Check out the LX Prestige, priced at $47,000. Go to the website. The cement color, the silver color looks good. I like the black on black. And then the most expensive version is the LX Prestige, priced at $47,000. That's the highest price point, and then the lowest price point is, let's just check these people. A lot of people here. You can see some of the Calabasas crowd coming by here. Hello, party people. Got your kids out, got flowers out. Oh, you know what? I think they were at a theater show. Kids, because I'm at a school. So I think that all these parents here came to watch the kids perform. Dislikes are back on your channel. No, they're not back on my channel. You might actually not back on my channel, believe it or not. Some people have who have the older phones still get the dislike. All the new iPhones and Samsungs, you're not getting it. But thank you, Road Warrior Rick. I'm happy that the dislikes are there. I want to see the dislikes. Oh, watch out, watch out. Ooh, Jesus, that kid almost got run over by a reversing car. That was close. TCT transfer. Larry, thank you for answering those 5 questions today. Rideshare Rodeo, Steve's in the house. Another great YouTuber and podcaster. There he is, Rideshare Rodeo. Go and hit the subscribe button. Check out his podcast, man. He has great guests on the show. Really does. Got a lot of people in here today. We've got 67 likes. We've got 53 people at the same moment. Your comments on the title of my video. I mean, are you buying it? Are you buying what Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi says, that they've had their best week ever? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I've given my reasons in the beginning of the video, and I gave my reasons like about 10 minutes. I see it, dislikes on my new Galaxy. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. I want the dislikes to be there. That's good. Likes and dislikes. Got a lot of people walking by. Let's do some people observations here. You got a swag jacket there, bro. Okay, everybody's dressed up warm. Here's the proof, they're all warm. Look at the jackets that they're wearing. As you can see, it's cold in California. Some more people dressed warm. Got their masks on. They're walking outside with their masks on. Okay. Say it's a low bar, but I still not believe Dara at all. I am not buying it at all, Steve. Jack says, keep up the fight. Jack from Brisbane. Shout out to Brisbane, Australia. Love your country. Love, love, love your country. Great country. One of my favorite areas in Australia are the Whitsundays, or your islands out there off the Gold Coast. Is it Whitsunday? Yeah, I think it's Whitsundays. Beautiful there. And your phenomenal rugby players. When I used to play provincial rugby and school rugby, I used to play Australian invitational teams, New Zealand invitational teams. Are the toughest guys we ever faced. The Aussies and the All Blacks. Oh, Ben Affleck is in Austin filming. Which movie is he filming? Tell him I say hi. I met him before. Ben Affleck. I met him at a party. And I've seen him in Santa Monica Canyons a couple of times. Need some more people watching. Here we go. Oh, let's do some more people watching. Okay, all dressed up warm. Got their jackets, got their coats. Oh, cool. Yeah, he's got quite a few. He also has a Ducati. He's got quite a few bikes. Got a Harley, a Ducati. I did not know he had a Suzuki, but I've seen him on different bikes at Starbucks. 917, thank you. Much appreciated. All right, well, I'm gonna put it in reverse mode. Got another 40 minutes before my clients here. Man, people are streaming out, that's for sure. You see, check here, you see, there's the Tesla SUV. Let's look at the type of cars that these people drive. What do we have here? Is that a decent car? Honda? Yeah, it's not a bad little car. It's a good vehicle. It's a Dodge Ram. Yep, that's a Ram. Nice truck. That's a Kia. I want to say it's a Kia Sorento. Good cars, get a lot of mileage. That's the new Bronco. It's okay. It's okay. It's a very commonly used Uber and Lyft car right in front of us. Do you think Uber will bring back the ability for California drivers to set our own rates? So I think you already answered the question. If Bolt were to enter the US market, I think that they would start in California. My guess is they would go head to head with Uber and Lyft in San Francisco, LA, San Diego, etc. And the best thing that they could ever do, or if I was the CEO at Bolt, I would switch the multiplier on, because all the disgruntled California drivers that lost the multiplier would immediately sign up with, can you imagine how many people would sign up with Bolt? So if Bolt would force their hand, and you know they're going to do this in London soon, that's what they said, then the only way Uber and Lyft could compete with them, because they're going to lose a lot of drivers and a lot of income, is to immediately switch to the multiplier. So there's your answer. Bolt would have to come into the California market, bring the multiplier, and I will guarantee you Uber and Lyft would bring the multiplier back. They would have no chance, otherwise they would lose too many drivers. Jinx at Torsten. What does that mean, Jinx at Torsten? Okay. Is that a Pacifica? Which minivan is that? Which minivan is that? Oh, it's a Toyota Sienna. That looks like that's an Audi. Oh yeah, Jinx. Yeah, Jinx. Absolutely the same. Exactly. The more drivers make, the more Uber make. And Uber and Lyft need to learn how to keep drivers. You know, I don't think you have a good business model when you're replacing a driver with another driver every 2 months, right? So you come in, you think you're going to get the reward, turns out to be a guarantee. You get upset, you start seeing your earnings dwindle. They make it fairly attractive for you for the first few hundred rides, and then it starts going down, and then you lose. Retention is not Uber's strong suit. Couldn't have said it better. Larry just said it. Retention is not Uber or Lyft's strong suit. They are not able to keep drivers, right? So you got to go and spend on the marketing dollars. You got to always have the next marketing trick to try and get a driver on board, to replace the next driver, So to retain a good driver, keep them, who makes money for you year after year, week after week, why would you not reward such an individual? Why would you take one wrongful rider report and let someone go that has 15,000 trips? Doesn't make any. Bart says, bang on, man. We're banging on, my friend. We're banging on. It's a Mercedes 550, or is that the 580? There's the small little Cadillac. If Bolt came to all USA cities, they would have all drivers, zero drivers. If Bolt would do that, it would be the smartest move they could ever make. And Bolt CEO, if you're listening, there's your roadmap for the United States. You want Uber and Lyft drivers. You want to pull as many Uber and Lyft drivers from the companies. Introduce the multiplier in all cities. You would turn the industry upside down, right? At that point, even the taxis can compete, because they would probably have a lot of taxis swirling around that are cheaper in price than somebody that's asking 3x or 4x or 5x. But it's your car, your rules, it's your office, your maintenance costs, your fueling. You're the boss, so you should be treated as an independent contractor, and you should be able to set your own rates. And I hope Bolt understands that. I hope Bolt capitalizes on that, and I hope Bolt implements that in every single city. I think if you go back to my Bolt video, when they implemented, or they are going to implement that looks like a Honda Odyssey. Yep, that's a Honda Odyssey. They are going to implement the multiplier in London. And I think what they're going to see, it's going to be very successful, as it was for 1 year under Uber here in California. And then if Bolt wants to transition to the US, they might get bought out before, because I think the true threat to Uber and Lyft is Bolt at the moment, and the co-ops that are growing. The co-ops are growing faster and stronger. All right, we're on 83. I'm going to go to 90 minutes, which is 1.5 hours. So I've got another 7 minutes to hang out with you wonderful people. And then I need to get myself something to drink and get ready, and maybe clean up the car on the outside. Inside is immaculate. Just shine it up on the outside. When weather is too bad to drive, it's not worth it. Yeah, that was today. I mean, I drove in insane weather this morning at 6:30 through the canyons. Rocks had fallen down. It was a mess. There were so many cars that had driven through these rocks and smashed the front. A lot of cars on the side of the road. It was bad. So bad weather, snow, rain, probably not the best time to drive. And we're on 84 minutes and 45 seconds. We got 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Hope everyone's having fun. We got a lot of likes tonight. Rideshare Trickster says, I agree, Wonderbeat. I like that Wonderbeat, Trickster. A lot of you guys are very vocal and a lot of good stuff and putting a lot of good content out there. A lot of good suggestions. Well, sorry, I put the content out there. You put out the feedback, the comments, the suggestions. But Rideshare Trickster puts out a lot of good content. I notice I go through a lot of these boxes. I buy these at CVS, these masks. I go through a lot. Try to get the big boxes. I usually buy the big ones with 50, but and they're expensive. For 50, I think it's 20 something dollars. These ones were 15 bucks. How many on this one? Oh, 25 masks. There we go. I go through a lot of these because the clients get to a restaurant. Oh, we forgot our. Who's this little chica here? Hello, chica. Lone rodeo survivor. So yeah, I go through a lot of these, a lot. And that's my cost that I absorb. But these are private clients. I don't think I would do that for, if it's Uber and Lyft riders, I charge them. Maybe $1 a mask, I think is fair, right? Or $2. That's fair. You're saving their ass. Can't go into the restaurant. When I was at the Kanye West and Drake concert the other night, I took my kids. That was a phenomenal concert, by the way. I had a whole bunch of fresh masks in my coat, and then 2 or 3 girls couldn't get in. I said, girls, I got fresh masks, here we go. And they were like, oh, you're so sweet, you're so kind, thank you. So, hey, share a mask, dude. Not share your mask, share a free mask. Which EV company will make a true size SUV? Oof, I cannot wait, Daniel. the one that does is going to clean up. If Tesla was smart, they should make a true XXL SUV. Go back a couple of videos. I was talking about that. Anyone that comes out with a big SUV, like a big Escalade size SUV, EV, is going to clean up, is going to kill the market. Watch that Ford F-150 EV. Watch how well that has got insane pre-sales. Maybe General Motors, yeah. It would be smart. Yeah, GM should do it. Do it. I mean, Audi has an e-tron. Okay. It's fairly big. Volvo has... No, Volvo doesn't have an EV. But Audi has the e-tron, but that's not a big full-size SUV. It's fast. My client has one. The true XL SUV will be the Cadillac IQ, and that comes out, Scott, it comes out in 2023 or 2024. 2023, I think. That thing's gonna sell like gangbusters. Sign me up. So I'll see which one comes first. Either I ordered a Cybertruck, one of the first guys to order a Cybertruck right in the beginning, day one when the website took orders, or the IQ. If the Cadillac IQ beats the Cybertruck to the market, I'll go with the Cadillac. But that car to me makes sense. Like sense as in SENSE and CENTS, right? That car, Cadillac IQ, will be a money maker. A money maker. I save that $100 of gas that I spend every day. Or you could put that. So I will gladly buy an IQ. I'm sure the sticker price will be over $100-something thousand, but it is what it is. $76 likes, I like it. Thank you, Rideshare Trickster, for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. James Waikasas in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. I mean, this one here was the platinum with everything, right? This is $108,000. Now, I didn't pay $108,000, but that's what you would pay if you go into a dealership for this one. I wouldn't pay 108. But if you got contacts, you know how to buy, I mean, you should get a killer deal. A killer deal. GAC out of China. Anyone here reserved EV now? Nathan in the house. I know that a lot of people, EV now got a lot of orders in, and the good thing is that, you know, that when they report, that's the maximum waiting time. It's it'll be anywhere between, deliveries will be anywhere between 4 months to 12 months. Because EV now is just, they've done the best deals with all the auto manufacturers. They love the model. They love the EV, the Rideshare EV now model. They love it, right? The manufacturers, because they see, okay, we're going to get cars to, this is how we get cars to rideshare drivers, right? So that's why we're getting all the cars from the manufacturers. See, we already did the Tesla, we did the Mustang Mach-E, we're going to do the Nissan Leaf soon, and we're going to go through all the cars, including the Porsche EV. So there's a car for everyone. It's just a matter on how much money you're willing to spend. For me personally, I've tried out all the categories, all the platforms. When I say all the platforms, I've even done Uber Eats. I've done DoorDash, right? Handful of orders, just to say I've done it, right? But on Uber and Lyft, I've done all the platforms, from X to XL to Comfort to Black to SUV to Lux. For me, the best combination that I found is recruiting riders away from Uber and Lyft in the SUV category and building out your fleet with an SUV, right? So me personally, I would only be looking at big cars. I like big cars. I like fast cars as well. I definitely love classic cars. Got a lot of classic cars. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big car enthusiast. But when it comes to cruising around with my family, I just love the big cars. I really do. My jaw's getting stiff from all the talking. So we are on 92 minutes. I'm going to wind it down. I'm getting rather tired. This individual should be in my car fairly soon. Maybe 20 more minutes waiting time. I've literally had this car on for 93 minutes. I've had my car running for 93 minutes. I can see my fuel range has dropped. Yes, it has. It's dropped a couple of miles. Wow. What does it say there? Sorry, I got to read it. It says, mainly because I trust Dylan. Thank you, buddy. Listen, I can only say it as it is, right? We gotta call these bastards out. We gotta hold them responsible. It's not always fun. It's not fun beating them over the head every day. It's Moose is in the house. Cool. And we report as it is. So if I get a news article, and there's tons of news articles every day, firstly what I do, just to share with you, I read the article and then I read between the lines. Okay. What's happening? Is this a story that they're spinning? What are they trying to achieve here? Is this real? Is it backed up by facts? Let me go and see another couple of people, a couple of outlets, how they're reporting on that story, and then I'll talk about it. And then you'll hear my opinion or my take. So just like they came out today and they said they had their best week ever, and I read 3 or 4 articles from different online news resources, and I said to myself, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying the fact that they've had their best week ever. based on the driver shortage, based on people going back to restaurants and not ordering in as much. Now, what Uber Eats is doing very well, they've aggressively opening up the markets. They're sort of following the DoorDash model. They're more aggressive in recruiting restaurants now, because at one stage DoorDash did overtake Uber Eats as far as bringing in new restaurants into their portfolio. Guys, stay hydrated. Always drink your water. All right, my friends. I think I'm just going to decompress and chill the last few minutes. I'm sure you guys know that feeling after a long day. Just want to sort of like breathe, get some oxygen in, do some exercises. I'm going to walk around a little bit outside. I just need to decompress. It's been a very, very, very long day. I've been literally going nonstop since 6 a.m. So, thank you. Muchas gracias. Dankeschön. Spasiba to my Russian friends. Merci to my French friends. And you guys have a good night. I appreciate you all. A lot of news events of Uber and Lyft. Yeah, sadly, most of those news events are around things that have gone wrong. Either Chicago reporting on a carjacking. So sadly, most of the news stories are drivers getting hurt or riders getting hurt or killed or carjacked. Those are the majority of the stories, right? So they need to do a way, way, way better job bringing those negative storylines down. We're on 97 minutes. I'm gonna go for 100. Why not? 100 is good. 100 sounds 100%. Ninja, good night. So hang in with me for another 180 seconds, 3 minutes, so I can actually officially say I did a 100-minute feed. And I will end it on 100 minutes. I'm not gonna keep on going on and on and on and on and on. You guys are gonna get sick of my voice. But and then I'm going to spend 15 minutes decompressing. 2.5 minutes to go as we wind down. Can I see everyone like we always do? Light up the screen with a lot of emojis. Let's get a visual. Let's get a lot of heart videos, palm trees, whatever you feel like right now, right? Let's get some, inject some color and happiness into the feed, like we always do. Saturate the comments with emojis. Let's light it up. Light up the Christmas tree, my friend. There we go. Dollars. Bart's lighting it up with dollar signs. I like it. Greenbacks. Bart went straight out for the dollar signs. Hit the emojis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I won't be beat. Yeah, hit the emojis. Hit those dollar beats. Those dollar signs. Listen, there's an emoji that has 100. It says 100. Hit those hundreds, baby. Let's set the intentions. Let's hit the hundreds. Get the emoji. Let's light up the whole screen with 100 emojis. You know those 100 emojis? Get that TCP, baby. Don't hold back. Light it up with hundreds, my friend. Light it up. Light it up with dollar signs and hundreds. I want to see dollar signs. Tons and tons of dollar signs showing up. We got 43. Light it up. Light it up. There we go. There we go. Veritas, light it up. There's the hundreds I'm looking for. Now light it up with dollar signs and hundreds. Put hundreds and dollar signs. Just those two. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Scott Tucker, light it up. I want to see tons of 100s and lots of dollar signs. Because we're setting the tone, my friend. We're setting the tone for Christmas. Light it up. 1,000. I like it. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Let's set the tone for the Christmas season. I want to see a lot of hundreds and a lot of dollar signs, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to 30-second countdown. 29, 26, 25, 24, 23. So it's like launching, like SpaceX now. It's getting ready. 100K, I like it. 100,000. Scott threw 100,000 down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 10-second countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love to you all. You're the best. I appreciate all of you. Good night, my friends. Good night, my amigos. Have a good one.